Hello, welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. On the show tonight, we'll take a look at the fourth edition of the Lagos City Marathon. It will be done tomorrow, and the marathons seem to be developing in Nigeria. Remember, we also have the Okpekpe International Road Race, and that one also gathering some momentum. We also have the Coal City Marathon. We have one in Ibadan. The Lagos City Marathon is also doing so well. We'll talk about it on the show tonight. So walk with us on this journey. Also tomorrow, right there in Niger, the under-20 AFCON will begin. Nigeria will take on Burundi. That one should get us talking development of football at its best. I keep saying it, that guys that can play at the under-20 level can also play for the senior men's national team. So we need to take them really serious. We'll talk about it on the show tonight. Badminton in Nigeria, they're not stopping. They had a visitor today from the Confederation of African Badminton, and he says, look, well done, Nigeria. You are doing a great job. And you know, we've been saying it, the new board led by Francis Obi, they're trying to do all they can to make sure that badminton gets some space right here in Nigeria so that you and I can follow it and talk about it. That objective is seen they are beginning to achieve the goal. We will talk about it on the show tonight. Also, I'll let you know what's going on in the CAF Champions League. Enugu Lobby Stars, they will be busy. Enugu Rangers, they'll also be busy in the CAF Confederation Cup. We also have fixtures coming from March Day 6 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. I smile whenever I talk about that one because that's our own football, and we want you to keep following it. The Para-Powerlifting Championship just ended in Lagos. Team Nigeria, undisputed champion, 20 gold medals. If you add that the junior team got, it's 28. Now, 6 other countries from Africa came to Lagos. They didn't even give them 1 gold medal. That's our powerlifters for you. The powerlifters, whenever they represent this country, they go all out. Special athletes, most of them confined to wheelchairs, yet unstoppable. That's the story, inspiring us, telling us that impossible is nothing. We'll talk about the championship that was done in Lagos and see positives that we can get from it to develop the sports in the country. The president of the federation should be joining us later on the program. We want to take a look at that championship and ways that we can indeed develop powerlifting in the country. That's our special feature on the show tonight. So that's about it. I want you to be part of the program. Talk to us just about anything going down in our world of sports. That's why we're here. It's the Fun Factory, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning, sports-loving channels, television. Talk to us. Feedback mechanism, they're still the same. On Twitter, channels_sports. Facebook, channels IFN Sports. You can send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. It doesn't end there. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube /channels web. Log on to m.channelstv.com and download the Channels TV app for any of those devices that you see right there on your screen, your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phones. Log on to m.channelstv.com, download the app, and you'll be part of everything that we'll be doing tonight on the program. Sports Tonight on Channels Television, wherever you are in the world watching us. We invite you, don't just watch it, come let us play for the love of the game, because so much is going down in our world of sports. Remember, we're still saying a prayer for Emiliano Sala. We just want some closure. We want some positive news to come out of that one. So they're still looking for him, the entire sporting world, not just football, everywhere, all over the world. We're praying for Salah and those 2 other passengers that got missing with him last week, Monday. It's not a beautiful story. We don't like it, and we don't want that to happen, not just to any sports person, but to anybody, wherever. And of course, the January transfer window ended yesterday. Doesn't meet the record of last year in terms of spendings in England, but some movement was done. Evergreen Peter Crouch moved to Burnley. Peter Crouch still doing his thing, and then some other Tillemans moved from Monaco to Leicester City. We will try to put together all of those movements and bring it to you on one of our shows. So that's it, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's do this together. If you're ready, come, let's go. Alfred Okoligwe is already here. Alfred, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Delighted to be here, Austin, and a very good evening to you. you.
Awesome. Welcome, Alfred. Let's talk about the marathons. We seem to be doing so well with the marathons now. Yes, I remember when we used to talk about this, we do these events, and then the Ethiopians, the Kenyans, and those guys from come around to come win it. But it's good to know that the Lagos City Marathon is just like yesterday. Tomorrow we're going to have the 4th edition.
And it's going bigger by the day. I was at the media pally today, earlier today, where major stakeholder sponsors all came out, athletes themselves, especially elite athletes, all came out to really talk about the marathon as it is, because where we most times focus on is in the bottom line, who gets the $50,000, but that is not it. It's a good opportunity to not only market your city, but just put yourself in the face of everybody, just in the eyes of the world, and everybody coming together. It just shows that the marathon itself has its own economy, and that economy of those suppliers, of those in the hospitality business, those in the transportation business, and every other thing. That ecosystem of having people bring their money. In fact, there was one interesting story that I saw. A South African didn't know that the president of Athletics South Africa was even at the hall. We had a president from Guinea-Bissau, Athletics, Guinea-Bissau, South Africa, and some other countries, all coming to be part of this. And she was like, she looked at it, and on her own, she paid her way to Lagos to be part of that. She's been running marathons around the world, but hey, this is an African marathon, and it's the president. So you'll find out that the interest, around the marathon is building by the day, and the opportunity that for it to be bigger, it's just Lagos. No doubt that Lagos City Marathon is about one of the best you can get on the continent, and everybody's talking about
bronze label idol from idol.
And people are talking about, and they are talking about even Nori, who was credited with the marking the rules, and the rest of them talked about some improvement that needs to be done to get the time, to make the time faster. Yusuf Ali Skipo talked about that too, and I think it is a marathon that people are working behind the scenes, and every year it gets better. One aspect that they talked about was that next year it's not going to be open. You have to pay to be part of it. It's no longer going to be open, because when you say it's free, there's this sense of entitlement that people get.
Everybody just come.
Yes, everybody just come, and there are people that will just say, no, I don't want to be part of this.
And the organizers, we need to do more explanation, because a lot of questions will be asked as regards that one. If it meets international standards and also stays in line with the objectives, why not? And Alfred, the potentials are huge. For instance, good tourism development can be achieved through this. It's another way to showcase Lagos, not just Lagos, Nigeria. You've just mentioned some foreigners that are in the country. It's an opportunity for not just us to talk about Nigeria, but even athletics. A lot of lessons in it for the development of athletics in the country. And when you have the marathon, it means some places will be closed. So let's give you, this is good education that you can use, alternative routes for people in Lagos. All vehicles from Ikeja and its environs going to Victoria Island must go through Ikorodu Road, because they're going to block the other road. So that's the only place you can pass, Ikorodu Road. All vehicles from Badagry, Mautu, and environs going to Victoria Island must go through Apapa and Orile to link the Eko Bridge to Victoria Island. So this is very important. Residents of Lagos mainland, Surulere, and the environs must avoid Marshall area and National Stadium, but they can link Victoria Island through Iponri, Igomu, Eko Bridge, then onto Victoria Island. That's the only way you can do it. Vehicles coming from Ibadan, Mowe, and environs can link Victoria Island through Ojota, Ikorodu Road, Eko Bridge, and then Victoria Island. Very, very important that you note that. Vehicles from Okota must go through Mautu, then you link Orile, Eko Bridge, then you get to Victoria Island. Vehicles from Songota going to Victoria Island must go through Mushin, Funshaw Williams Avenue, that's Western Avenue, Eko Bridge, and then Victoria Island. Vehicles coming from Ekpe, Aja, Lekki, and environs must use The alternative route to Victoria Island. Ikoyi residents going to the mainland can use the Alfred Ruwane Kingsway Road link to Osborne, then to the mainland. Very, very important. The Lagos City Marathon is traffic advisory. The following roads will be totally or partially closed. The following roads, the roads that I want to tell you now, they will be totally or partially closed. Total closure of the third mainland bridge from 6:45 a.m. to 2 p.m. Third mainland closed. That's not an option. You're not going to go through there. Alaka Road Service Lane will be closed from 5 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. National Stadium to Ojo-Elegba, Doman Long Bridge, Onikpanu, Obanikoro, and Anthony will be closed from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. From Anthony, Charlie Boy Bus Stop to Oworoshoki, they will be closed from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. From Adekunle Junction, linking the Third Mainland Bridge, that one will also be closed from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So those are the alternative routes for you. We've given you, and of course, those roads that you should avoid because they will be closed. So some of these also, Alfred, because whenever I cover the marathon, it gives you a good view of Lagos because you just see,
the road.
You know, the road is clear, and then you just see, and it's good. I mean, it's good because sometimes when we cover, when we talk about the Paris Marathon, the London Marathon, Boston Marathon, you see that a lot of work goes into it, and gradually the people follow it, and then they get to love it. That's what we're trying to do with this too.
I mean, just like talk about the ecosystem when it comes to the marathon itself. There are so many things. I drove through the Oworoshoki road this evening. You could just see the markings, the 7 kilometer point, the 8 kilometer point, already everything. So that when you're moving, you know where you are at each point in time. And I think that if you don't want to get inconvenienced by, all of the closure and the traffic gridlock that will, come through all of those diversions, just stay at home. Just keep off the road for that time and make alternative arrangements. If not, you just find out that it might just be difficult moving from one point to the other. If it's not really essential what you want to do, move from point A to point B, just leave it out. And so that the marathon is going to start very early, very early in the morning.
As early as 6 o'clock?
As early as 6:30 a.m. And hopefully the time, you're looking to see if the time will come further down, say possibly less than 2:10. That's what you're looking at because
people can start moving.
Yes, we usually talked about the first two winners of the marathon there, breaking, knocking at the door of the world record in some other races. So they are looking at improving, some of the arrangements so as to help the runners return good time. We're looking forward to the marathon tomorrow.
And of course.